What is up, 49er faithful? It is your boy Niner Sickness with the Niner Sickness podcast coming to you live on a Wednesday evening. Welcome to the channel. Let's get this party started right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Niner Sickness, your host for tonight here on the Niner Sickness podcast. Training camp is 1 week away from today. The Niners officially report to training camp on the 26th, but they won't hit the field until Wednesday, the 27th of July. So before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Please make sure, if you haven't done already, please wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy Niner Sickness in the house. What's up? Let me go ahead and say hi to some few people that are popping in the chat. Welcome to Don. What's up? What's going on, Don? Let me bring this down a little bit. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me bring that down like this. All right, here we go. So, Don, welcome to the show. We got Big Jason in the house. How you doing, Big Jason? Thank you for wiping your feet. Appreciate that. We got Robert Davis in the house. Thank you, sir. Welcome. We got David McNew in the house. What's up, David? How you doing, sir? Thank you, Robert, for wiping your feet. Appreciate that. We got Tony Smith in the house. Welcome to the show tonight. We got Dina Harvey in the house. Good evening, Dina. I got my boy Lucky King in the house. What's up, Lucky? How you doing, sir? I'm down with the sickness. Oh, I love it. Thank you for the love, Robert. Appreciate that, brother. We got Eric Ramirez in the house. What's up, Eric? Welcome to the channel, brother. So, make sure also to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you, Dina, for keeping those toes clean. Appreciate that. More than you ever know. Just kidding. Listen, guys, we're a week away from officially starting training camp on the 27th. Practice. The whole Jimmy Garoppolo segment is upon us. It is upon us. Hold on, guys. Oops. Give me 1 second. Training camp is 1 week away. Let's go. Jimmy Garoppolo still on the roster. According to Adam Schefter. Okay, according to Adam Schefter, Jimmy Garoppolo has cleared to practice, and the Niners have given Garoppolo's agent permission to seek a trade. So this just confirms, for those that have been doubting the whole, is Trey Lance going to be the starter? Why haven't Trey Lance been named the starter? Listen, naming the starter publicly is one thing. Telling your players in-house who's going to start is a different. Just because they haven't, quote unquote, named the starter publicly, it doesn't mean that Trey Lance didn't know he was going to start, that he's the man. This whole Jimmy G might be on the roster. The Niners may swallow up to $25 million and keep him as a backup. This whole nonsense is just confirmed that the San Francisco 49ers have given the agent of Garoppolo an opportunity to seek a trade. Now, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a team that'll be willing to trade for him at this juncture of the season, or not the season, but of the off season. People have asked me. People have been asking if Jimmy is still on the roster week 1 of training camp, which is next week. Will he be allowed on the field? I don't think so. He has cleared medical, and I don't think they want to risk him getting hurt again. Let's see here. There are conflicting reports about whether Jimmy was cleared to practice. Now, let me go ahead and clarify that for what I've read and heard. Land Rappaport reported that Garoppolo would not be cleared until mid-August. But this came from Don Yee. Don Yee, who is the representative, the agent of Jimmy Garoppolo, went ahead and reported that to Land Rappaport out of NFL Network and told him that the Garoppolo would not be ready until mid-August. The San Francisco 49ers read that, and they're like, no. We're not going to get stuck with Jimmy. This is a ploy of Don Yee trying to get Jimmy to be released. So the San Francisco 49ers, they went to Adam Schefter from ESPN and told him, tell everyone Jimmy has been cleared and been told that he can seek a trade. The 49ers wanted to clarify that real quick because Don Yee was looking out for his client, Jimmy. The best solution for Jimmy and his client is for him to get released. The best solution for the Niners is for Jimmy to be traded. And this is the domino effect that they're playing with one another. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Dina. We got Moses in the house. What's up, Moses? How you doing, Moses? Welcome to the channel, brother. It's been a minute. Good to see you back here on the Niner Sickness Podcast. Welcome, sir. If he's cleared to practice, doesn't that mean we can trade him? Absolutely, 100% yes. He is on the trade market right now. The Niners have cleared and given permission to Don Yee to go ahead and seek a trade with a team and start the negotiations with a team. Whatever team decides to take Jimmy, I suspect that they're going to have to negotiate his contract, a new contract. I don't think that a team will be willing to take Jimmy on for 1 year under the contract that he's in right now. Whatever team, if there is a team on the market for him, they would have to negotiate and bring down his contract. Now, I don't know if Jimmy might have to take the Mitch Trubisky route. Do you remember Mitch Trubisky last year? He sat behind Josh Allen for a year in Buffalo and then got his opportunity to become a starter for the Steelers this year. Jimmy Garoppolo might have to take that route. He may have to sit for a year on a team and either become the starter for that team or have the opportunity to go to a different team next offseason as a potential starter. Jimmy never wears red and gold again. Book it. I agree. I agree 100%, Robert. Thank you, Lucky, for wiping your feet. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for wiping your feet. So am I to understand that it is better for the Niners that Jimmy is traded? 100% yes. Now, from a football standpoint, in the sense of you are a playoff caliber team, possibly the chances of making a Super Bowl, the best scenario would be Trey starts, Jimmy's the backup. God forbid something happens to Trey, Jimmy can come in and not miss a beat. But with that said, Dina, my understanding is that as the organization who drafted Trey Lance, by them trading Jimmy, they're telling their young man, Trey, you are the man. We completely believe in you. We're either going to swim or we're going to sink with you. But we're going to rock with you. There is no more confirmation in my belief that by trading Jimmy, that the Niners are making a statement that Trey Lance will be the leader of this organization going forward. If you have Jimmy G in the locker room as the backup, Trey Lance not only has to battle the elements of the field, which are opposing defense, learning the offense, but now in the back of his mind, he's going to have to wonder, can I lose my job? Can I lose my job if I don't do my job correctly, if I make mistakes, if I'm throwing interceptions or I have a bad game? He's going to wonder in the back of his mind, will the 49er players want Jimmy to come in and supposedly rescue them? So ideally, having both of them on the roster would be great. But from a standpoint of committing and believing in your young quarterback, it is best that they take the risk of either swimming or sinking. But I don't think that the risk is that high without Jimmy. I really don't. I don't expect to be a Super Bowl contender this year with Trey first year at the helm. I really don't. But I do expect the Niners to be effective and win games with Trey. It's not like Trey is literally replacing a Jeff Garcia, a Steve Young, a Joe Montana. He's not replacing a top caliber quarterback. He is replacing a quarterback like Jimmy G, who was great for us, but has reached his limits. Jimmy G has made a lot of rookie mistakes. Being an 8-year veteran, Jimmy has made some rookie mistakes that make you wonder, like, what was Jimmy thinking? I think that Trey is capable of running this offense the way Jimmy did. Now, there's going to be some struggles. There are going to be some bad adjustments. He is a rookie. He's going to see a lot of different looks from different defensive coordinators. He's just going to have to learn to adjust. Now, do I expect Trey to be an MVP right off the bat? No. He is going to struggle. But I think he's smart enough where he's going to pick up on these struggles. He's going to get better week by week. And I expect Trey to be a better quarterback in November than he is in September. And if we can win just enough games, with Trey in the beginning of the season, then that is going to be great for us going down the line and getting to the playoffs. I don't think they should restructure Jimmy's contract. I think they should just release him and just let him get traded. Well, the thing about releasing him, Tony, is this. Right now, the Niners are not going to have to pay Jimmy any amount of money unless he is on the roster week 1 of the start of the new season. If and when we play the Bears, Jimmy is still on the roster, then the Niners have to kick in that 1 year payment. But if they cut him a couple of days before the start of the season, the Niners are not tied to any amount of money. And I believe that the Niners are hoping that if they hold on to Jimmy during training camp, even if Jimmy doesn't practice, if there's a team out there that unfortunately suffers an injury to their starting quarterback in training camp, now the trade value for Jimmy Garoppolo just went up. If they cut Jimmy before training camp and he's a free agent and a team loses a starting quarterback, all they got to do is call on Jimmy. So there is of no value to cut Jimmy right now. Hold on to him. Now if there would have been if the Niners would have to pay Jimmy half of that salary by the 27th of July, which is the first day of training camp, then I can understand. But if it costs them no money to cut him today or cut him a couple of days before the start of the season, why not keep him? And if a team loses their starting quarterback, which has happened, his value just went up. And I think that's what the Niners are kind of hoping for. Sickness. It's been hard. My family lost another family member due to COVID. Lost 2 family members within 2 months, period. Oh, man, Moses, I apologize and my condolences for you. And, well, I don't want to apologize for COVID because COVID doesn't deserve an apology, but my condolences to you and your family that are grieving heavily right now for your family members that unfortunately you lost due to this freaking COVID. My heart goes out to you and my heart goes out to your family. Moses, hang in there, brother. I know it's not easy. I lost quite a few people in my life, so I know the sense of losing someone you love. Hang in there, brother. Much love and respect. Cardcast, what's up, my friend? I got to send you that video. I totally forgot. I'll send it to you right after this live. I'll send it to you on Discord. You're like, where is my freaking intro? Apologize, brother. I'm doing great. How are you doing? Robert says, I certainly better for Jimmy to get traded. Money-wise, no one else would give $27 million if he gets cut. The thing about it, even in a trade, Robert, I don't think that he's getting the 27. Back in March, prior to the surgery, Jimmy gets traded. There's a possibility he plays for that 1 year for the 27th, or they give him more money. Today, July 20th, not so much. Even if he gets traded, part of that trade, now the Niners are just concerned about what they're getting in trade value. Don Yee, the representative of Jimmy Garoppolo, They want to know how much money is Jimmy going to lose going to another team, because there's no team that I can think of that is going to want to pay 27 for a player that might not be a starter for them. So I do expect whoever, if there's anybody out there that might trade for Jimmy, to renegotiate his contract and trying to bring that 27 quite bit down. But as a 49er standpoint, of course, it's better for Jimmy to get traded and get something from him. See, the thing that I think, ideally, when the Niners traded up to get Trey Lance, they gave up 2 number ones, technically 3, but all they really did is give up 2 number ones, and they swapped ones in that year's draft and a 3rd round. They were hoping that, knowing that they were going to eventually trade Jimmy, that they would get some of that trade value back. What floored the 49ers was that Jimmy, and again, I don't believe that Jimmy or his representation or his agent, excuse me, I don't think they did it deliberately. I don't think it was a ploy to hurt the 49ers, because in reality, not only did it hurt the 49ers, but it hurt Jimmy trade value as well. I think that Jimmy was told by doctors to weigh it out. Surgery was an option. Surgery was an option for Jimmy at the time, but there was a possibility that he can rehab the shoulder without having to have surgery. And anybody knows that nobody is looking forward to surgery if they don't have to have it. I don't know about you, and I had plenty of surgeries in my lifetime. I think I had about 9 surgeries in my lifetime. Nobody wants surgery unless they have to have it. So I believe that Jimmy tried to rehab his shoulder, and for some reason, it wasn't working. And he probably got together with another doctor, or the doctor, and probably said, you know what? At this point, the best thing you can do is just have the surgery. And Jimmy did that so that he can start playing for a team in 2022. But unfortunately, because of that delay, it hurt him and it hurt the 49ers. The Niners were not able to truly trade Jimmy. And because I believe, and I think a lot of you believe this as well, that if Jimmy never had the surgery, let's say his shoulder got better without the surgery, he would have been traded a long time ago. He would have been already in another team, and we would not be talking about Jimmy Garoppolo in late July. That surgery, unfortunately, set us back. It is what it is, man. My blessings and prayers go out to you, Moses. Stay strong out there. And my beloved prayers. That's awesome, Carcast. Thank you for giving everyone wishing prayers and love to Moses. Thank you. This is what I love about this podcast. We are a tight group. We might not be a big podcast, but we are a tight group that loves one another, supports one another, and helps one another the best that we possibly can. Thank you for the love, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Let's get back to Niner football. Something my family member says. You know, and I respectfully will agree with you, Moses, only for the fact that you can't change what happened, and you don't forget to grieve. You're always going to grieve for your loved ones, but life does go on. And it sounds kind of harsh, and I don't mean it harshly. I had to do that myself. My life had to go on. I couldn't get stuck in the past, because that's dangerous for anyone to do. So the fact that you're willing to move on, and I'm not saying, oh, I forgot about my loved ones. You're just stating, let's move on. Life goes on. I love my loved ones. Will always love them. They will always hold a special part in my heart. But life does move on. And hopefully the Niners can get you a Super Bowl to help you there. Look who it is, my boy, Elias 10. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, look who it is.
Oh, hell no.
One more time.
Oh, hell no.
Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. My brother, Dick Tracy's in the house. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the show. He is a big supporter of Trey Lance. He loves Trey Lance. He can't wait to see Trey Lance be successful on this roster. And welcome, bro. Welcome to the channel. I love it. Hold on. Let's see here. All right. Welcome to the channel, brother. I got to make sure I get the cameras right. Let's see here. So much discussions about a Hall of Fame quarterback. I love it. Beto, my brother from another mother, Cubo. I really think it would be such a mental distraction for Trey with Jimmy hanging around. How much money would we lose trading Jimmy? Actually, we wouldn't lose money. We would gain money because whether we cut him or trade him, 27 comes off the books. It's not going to be 27 exactly, but 25, 26, I believe it'll come off the books, and we move on. Now, if we trade him, what we do get in return are picks. What picks those are going to be, I don't know. Now, I don't want to get into a situation where the Niners trade Jimmy and have to eat half of his contract the way it happened with Baker Mayfield. I don't think it's worth paying half of Jimmy's contract to get rid of Jimmy for a fourth round, fifth round? So I'm going to ask that question. If the Niners get a fourth round pick for Jimmy, but the Niners have to eat a portion of the contract, is it worth it? Or should the Niners just cut Jimmy? Now, keep in mind, fourth rounds, fifth rounds have become money for the 49ers, especially fifth rounders. So even though it's a lower draft pick, the Niners have gotten George Kittle, Greenlaw, Elijah Mitchell now. So those late round picks are valuable and have been for the 49ers. So my question is, again, if you are offered a 4 or maybe a 5 and a 6 for Jimmy, but you have to eat a portion of the contract, if you were the general manager, would you do it? Would you do it? Or would you say, nope, I'm not paying nothing for this guy. I'm just cutting him. Now, don't let your emotions factor in answering this question. Look at it professionally if you can. What would be best for the team if you were the GM? Welcome Javier Rios to the house. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the show, brother. Ain't got time for week by week. Niners window will close soon. After that, we're going to end up like, bro, Javier, I love you. I respect you. But there is no way in hell the 49ers end up like the Lions. No way. The Niners organization is way too good to ever end up like the Lions. Listen, Proven fact. Prior to Harbaugh, the Niners were a mess, right? Prior to Jim Harbaugh, the Niners were a mess. Here comes Jim Harbaugh. The Niners make it to NFC Championship game and a Super Bowl appearance. Or 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl appearance. Fast forward, we start losing some games. Jim Harbaugh quits or gets fired. We move on. We bring in Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch with a complete new roster. Remember, when John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan took over the Niners, the only 2 players that were left from the Harbaugh regime was Salek, tight end for the Niners at the time, and Joe Staley. Those were the only 2 members of the Harbaugh era. Harbaugh era. Kyle Shanahan had to restructure and build from the floor up. And what did Kyle do? Took us to the Super Bowl in 2019. This team will never be like the Lions. When was the last time the Lions even sniffed? I'm not even going to say the Super Bowl. When have they ever sniffed an NFC Championship game? And if I can recall, when was the last time they even sniffed a divisional game in the playoffs? I think the farthest they made it in 2016 was the wild card, and they lost the first game. So I can understand where you're going with that, Javier, but there's no way. And I know this was a long-winded answer, but I took an insult in a sense when you compared us to the Lions, bro. We are not the Lions, and we'll never be the Lions. We are too good of an organization to be the Lions, ever. What's up, JR Meadows is in the house. How you doing, JR? Welcome, sir. 15-2 season coming. Number 1 defense all season. Super Bowl 57 winners. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Bring on that prediction, brother. It's impossible for Lance to live up to a massive hype. Why is it impossible? Will it be hard? Absolutely. Will it be hard for Lance? Yes. It's going to be an uphill battle. But to say that it's impossible, I think this kid is made from the right cloth, was raised correctly. He has struggled to get on a college school as a quarterback. Nobody wanted him as a quarterback. They always wanted him as a safety. And he was able to get on to North Dakota State University and become that quarterback, even if it was for 1 year, but he was able to prove that. This kid has faced adversity, and he has overcome adversity, and he's gotten and has gone forward. He went from a kid that nobody wanted to give him a chance as a quarterback in college. Start him as a safety, right? Scholarship as a safety. And he was the number 3 overall pick in the draft. Here comes a kid out of high school. Nobody wants to give him an opportunity as a quarterback in college. He's facing adversity right there and then. He could have chose some of those scholarships as a safety, but he stood his grounds. He believed in his ability. He believed in himself, and he gambled on himself, and it paid off. He went to North Dakota, had a great season, enough for the 49ers to make the decision to take him 3rd overall in the draft. So, will it be hard for him to prove haters wrong? Yes, it's going to be an uphill battle. But to be impossible, no. Ragged, what's up, my brother from another mother? Welcome. Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show. In the building, wipe my feet. What's happening, Beto? Let's go Niners. What's up, brother? Always a pleasure having you on the show, man. Always a pleasure having you on the show. Sickness. On your past show, I told you there was a possibility Jimmy G was going to be on the roster. I really was hoping I was wrong. Well, when you say on the roster, now, if week 1 comes and the Niners are getting ready to play the Bears and Jimmy is still on the roster, then I can say you were wrong. But if Jimmy is not on the roster by week 1 of the start of the NFL 2022, then technically you weren't wrong, Moses. I'm just saying. Half the Niner fan base is torn between Jimmy and Trey. Fans gonna call for Trey's head when he popped. Now, real fans will not. Hold on. Real fans will not call for Trey's head year 1. You got to give any player coming out of college at least 3 years to develop on possibly who they're going to be. Whether they're going to be just okay, it's going to be great, or it's going to be potentially a bust. Especially the quarterback position. It's hard to make proper assessments on 1 year's performance. Now, those fans that are faithful to the core understand. Any games that we win with Trey is going to be welcome and be positive. I understand that Trey's going to have his ups and downs. I understand Trey may struggle a lot. Possibly. But I'm a guy that looks at the 22 film. All 22. Not just the game on Sunday, Thursday, or Monday. I like to look at the all 22 film, break down the film, and look at every step of Trey. Okay, week 1. What did Trey do wrong? What did he do good? What did he do wrong? Okay, he misread the corner. He misread the middle linebacker. He misjudged here. He overthrew here. Now, when we play the Seahawks week 2, regardless of the outcome of either win or loss, I want to look at the all 22. If I can see that some of those mistakes that he made against the Bears been corrected against the Seahawks, then that's promising. What I don't want to see is mistake after mistake after mistake, week after week after week, and it's the same mistake over and over and over again. Then he is not getting better. But if he learns from the mistake that he made week 1 and doesn't make it week 2, even if he makes a different mistake, that's all part of the learning curve. But as long as he does not repeat the same mistake over and over again and makes adjustments and learns from his mistakes, then I feel good about my quarterback going forward. Now, wins and losses that's what football is all about. And I want more wins than losses, of course. But I'm going to be looking every game by game on the all 22, not necessarily what I see on Sundays, Mondays, or Thursdays, if that makes any sense. I want to see my quarterback not digress, but progress, get better each week. Trey just has to play better than the 18 to 20 best quarterbacks. He doesn't have to be a world beater from the start. Absolutely. 100% agree. A lot of the pressure is the pressure that the media and the fans put on Trey. Trey just needs to play one game at a time and always play better the following game. I believe it comes down to it. Let Jimmy G walk, but I also believe that John Lynch has something to do with this as well. Again, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Right now, since it doesn't cost the 49ers any money to cut him today, this week, next week, or before week 1 of the season, why cut him? Can you imagine? Let's say we cut, camp starts on the 27th, but the Niners start showing up on the 26th, which is Tuesday. Let's say the Niners cut Jimmy on Monday, the 25th. They cut him. They don't want nothing to do with him. That's it. Let's move on. And a week in practice, or about 2 weeks later, a quarterback from a different team gets hurt. Jared Goff from the Lions. Matthew Stafford from the Rams. Whoever gets hurt. Tom Brady. And they're going to miss quite a few times, or if not the whole season. Now all they got to do is pick up Jimmy, and the Niners are sitting there with their thumbs up the you-know-what. But if they hold on to Jimmy, they just don't bring him to practice, that's still letting Trey know this is your team. But if a team loses a starting quarterback, then we can have the Sam Bradford. Remember the Sam Bradford when he was with Washington and the Minnesota Vikings had Teddy Bridgewater, and Teddy Bridgewater was their starting quarterback. He got hurt during the game or in camp. I think it was camp. And they were a good team. They got desperate. They reached out to the Washington, at the time, Redskins, and traded for Sam Bradford. And they gave up more than what he was worth, but because they were in need, the Washington team was able to take advantage of that situation. This is why I think they'll hold on to Jimmy if he doesn't get traded prior to cutting him, because something could happen in training camp. And can you imagine cutting him and then a team gets their quarterback hurt and then there goes the opportunity of a good trade? I don't think the Niners will take that risk, in my opinion. Hang in there, Moses. I know the feeling. It sucks, bro, but find strength in friends and family and turn the pain into something beautiful by helping, teaching others. Well said there, Dick Tracy. Well said, brother. Thank you for the love, bro. Sickness, you and I played football like John Lynch, but do you think it's that football pride kicking in? You know what football pride is. What do you think? If it's referring to the Jimmy, I just explained it, why Jimmy will still be on there. I don't think it's pride. I think it's wisdom to keep him and beneficial to keep him as long as he's not in training camp. Because if he's cleared medical, which he has, he's already been cleared, according to the 49ers. They don't want to risk Jimmy getting hurt in camp and then having to pay him when they cut him. So If they can't get a trade done before the 26th, Jimmy will remain on the roster, but I doubt it if he's going to be invited to the building. And if he's in the building, I doubt it he practiced, because the Niners don't want to take that risk that if he gets hurt, now the Niners are due to pay him a settlement, an injury settlement again. So whether he gets traded or not, his time in the red and gold is over, in my humble opinion. Look who it is, my brother. Reaper Cobra 96 in the house. What's up, my brother from another mother? How you doing, sir? Love, all the love and respect, bro. Thank you. Sickness, everyone, let me hear you say F COVID. Yeah, bro. Everybody, this is, COVID.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no to COVID. Tackle the thumbs up. Sack the subscribe. And stiff arm the notification bell, folks. Appreciate that, David. Always hit the like button when you wipe your feet. Thank you. Appreciate that. Let me see something real quick. Charge. All right. Yeah, keep hitting that like button for me. Look who it is. My boy, Joseph Hayden. What's up, Joseph? Welcome, sir. Don says, just cut him. Just cut him. We don't need that Italian foot-long from Subway in the house no more. Just cut him. Lucky agrees with Don. Just cut him. Listen, and I know that Moses will get a kick out of this, but if Jimmy G is on the roster by week 1 when we face the Bears, this is what we hear. This is going to be going off in Santa Clara, in San Francisco, in the 49er land. Jimmy G, if he's on the roster week 1, when we travel to Chicago, the horns will go off. Do we want that to happen? Do we want that to happen? This is what I say.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. That is right. Look who it is. My brother, Brian. How you doing, Brian? Welcome, sir. Welcome, Brian. Welcome to the channel, bro. Good to see you. Says, what's up, Niners? Sick news. We got, let's see, Robert says, Don Burr would come on here and say that the Niners wouldn't ever be like the Lions. Exactly. Sickness. What if it was right and Jimmy G on the roster by the start of the season? I just played it, bro. I just played it. I'll do it again. The alarms will go off. We don't want none of that happening. What do we got here? Lance has to not only reach the Super Bowl, but win it in his rookie. No, see, that's the thing. I don't agree that Lance has to win the Super Bowl in his rookie campaign this year. If we get to the playoffs, that'll be great. He's a rookie. We didn't get to the Super Bowl with Jimmy in 2017 when he came over in a trade, right? It took him, 2 years? Technically 3. So, if the next 3 years we don't make it to the Super Bowl with a trade, there can be some flags. But I don't know. Unless everybody in the chat think otherwise, I don't think that Trey has to get us to the Super Bowl this year in order for him to be considered good or a bust player. That is ridiculous in my humble opinion. And you're right. I don't know about 0 chance. It's a low percentage of us making it to the Super Bowl. But again, we made it with Jimmy. We made the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. And don't get me started with, Jimmy's such a great quarterback. We win games. The Niners win games with Jimmy Garoppolo. It was a defense that was having a light-out season. It was a running game. And it was a offensive coordinator in Kyle. And I call him off, even though I know he's the head coach. But he's an offensive genius in call playing. So it was his call playing that got us to the Super Bowl in 2019. You don't believe me? When have you ever heard of a quarterback only attempting 8 passes in the NFC Championship game? All Jimmy did was attempted 8 passes in the NFC Championship game, and we beat the crap out of the Packers and made it into the Super Bowl. You're going to tell me that we really got there because of Jimmy Garoppolo? I'm pretty sure Trey Lance can accomplish 8 miserable passes. Trey is going to have a learning curve. Trey is going to have to go through some pains. Absolutely. But I think Trey is smart enough that he will adapt, learn quickly, and be better than Jimmy ever was. Trey brings more to the table than Jimmy can possibly could. Brandon Ayuk will be a special point there, that he's going to be a great reception of Trey Lance being the quarterback. I think that Brandon Ayuk struggled. I believe he struggled because of the limitations of Jimmy G. Jimmy G was limited in going deep, and Brandon Ayuk was frustrated. And that could have been the reason why he was in the doghouse. Maybe he was complaining and bitching about Jimmy. Inability to throw deep. Well, that's going to change. If you know, listen, this whole offseason, you've seen video clips out there on Twitter, Instagram, whatever platform you use to watch your media. Trey throwing passes to who? Brandon Ayuk. When have you ever seen, and I'm not saying it didn't happen because I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I didn't see a lot of Brandon Ayuk taking passes from Jimmy in the last few off seasons. Brandon Ayuk knows that his touches are going to go up because of the addition of one Trey Lance. You know what I mean? I've been by Rams fans undercover. Yeah, I hear you. I hate bust. You're right. Can't wait for the season to start. Me and you, brother. My brother, Luke Luna, in the house. How you doing, sir? Show his lack of experience, but He was drafted on upside. That's why he sat, but it's show his mindset and how humble he is to take the lessons learned. The guy has the character to take it on the chin. Yep. The last time the Lions were in the playoffs were 2016, and they have never been to the Super Bowl. If I'm not mistaken, they've never even made it past the wild card, right? He's, I wouldn't consider annoying. Listen, every one of us are entitled to express how we feel. I believe in that. Dick Tracy doesn't always agree with me. I don't always agree with him. He doesn't like Trey. But Dick Tracy is very respectful. Very respectful, really loving to the show. So, I mean, if you think he's annoying, I'm not going to sit there and say that he is not annoying to you, because I am not you, Elias. And if he's annoying you, then, hey, he's annoying, all right, for you. For me, he's not annoying. He's just someone that speaks out his mind. Unfortunately, I don't agree with half of the things that he agrees on or says, but he's really cool and respectful. And as long as you are respectful to the channel and to one another, hey, whatever you believe is what you believe in, and I respect it. 94% of the fans will call for Lance head watch. But I don't know if it... To me, those fans are emotional fans. To me, those are emotional fans. Fans that are in their emotions. If you are into your emotions, if Trey doesn't play well, get rid of him. I don't care about emotional fans. I want fans that know football. I want fans that understand there's going to be a learning curve. Those are the fans that I'll listen to. The emotional ones, go and see a psychiatrist with your emotions. And that's nothing wrong. Let me clarify before it takes out of context. There's nothing wrong with having emotions. I have emotions. Believe it or not, Mr. Tattoo, bald-headed guy, I cry like a baby with the best of them. But nothing wrong with having your emotions or expressing your emotions. Maybe I shouldn't have said the whole go see a psychiatrist. I apologize for that. But you just can't be emotional when it comes to your quarterback. That's what I should have said and said. Support your starters. Support your starters. Hating on your own team is just funny when I see it. Yeah, I hear you. Now, hating on your team is kind of weird, right? Being objective is different. You can object to what you see on the field, but don't hate on the player. You know what I mean? Sickness. Everyone raving about Charvarius Ward. So am I. But my concern is how his hamstring will hold up. That's something that hopefully will not be a factor, man. Let's pray. Let's honestly pray that that's not a factor going forward. I'm looking forward to see him play a healthy, complete season next to Jason Verrett or Emmanuel Mosley, possibly sometimes Emery Thomas. I think less than half want Jimmy G. I support our Niners. We need more than what Jimmy G has to offer at quarterback. Trey Lance can throw deep to the sidelines and extend plays. Absolutely. Not only that, David, but we know that with a quarterback that can throw the ball deep, it keeps defenses honest. They cannot afford to always stack 8 in a box as they did time after time with Jimmy back there. They were not afraid of Jimmy's deep ball. So they will stack 8 in the box primarily to stop the run, and they will take their chances with Jimmy. Now with Trey, on the other hand, coordinators may have to worry about Trey because now it's going to be 11 on 11, not necessarily 11 on 10. So can they afford to stack 8 in the box? Could that cost them a 40-yard gain from Trey to Danny Gray? From Trey to Debo or Brandon Ayuk? So having a caliber of quarterback like Trey Lance and what he brings to the table changes how opposing coordinators planned for our offense. Not only that, but is Trey going to hand the ball to Elijah Mitchell, or is he going to keep it himself? That middle linebacker is going to have to make a call on the fly. If he thinks the ball went to the running back and he bites on that, Trey has an avenue to get the first down, if not much more. If the middle linebacker thinks that Trey kept the ball and bites on that, and the ball was indeed given to Elijah Mitchell or TDP, then the Niners will get a few yards there. So it's going to be a question of who has the ball. And that element alone has to keep defenses guessing. And that is definitely a advantage for the Niners. I do not agree, Beto. People are expecting Super Bowl run now. Look at the Debo situation. I wouldn't blame him if he left us for some fan giving him. But see, again, you can't blame the entire fan base on a couple of bad eggs. Those that gave him death threats are idiots. Okay? Now, keep in mind, I'm not defending all Niner fans, but unless they had tattoos like me, 49ers on here, which hand? This hand right here. It's hard, the camera's reversed. But how do we know that a lot of those people that gave him death threats were actual 49er fans? Right? Could have been Cowboy fans. It could have been Seahawks fans. It could have been Rams fans. How do we know that these fans were actually Niner fans? Now, if they were Niner fans, I'm not saying they weren't, those fans are bad eggs and they don't deserve to be Niner. They're probably not even real Niner fans. They really are not. Because if you are a decent person and a true fan, regardless you like or dislike the player, you should ever threaten someone else's life, whether they're a professional football player or not. So those people that threaten Debo, first of all, I don't believe they're Niner fans. And what I mean by that is this. A true Niner fan wouldn't do something like that. Javier, you wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Moses, Elias, David, Don, and everyone in this chat would not do that. It's always going to be a certain couple of morons out there either pretending to be Niner fans or are just plain stupid Niner fans that make those judgment calls. Okay. He's talking back to David. Don says, sorry, guys. I got to quit. My niece called. Don, I love you. I've always said that with you. I have so much respect for you, Don, and you two girls, Ariel and Jayla. You don't ever have to apologize for leaving my chat. You never have to apologize for not making it to my channel when I do a live. It is a privilege for me to have you guys tune in when I go live. I don't expect you guys to tune in all the time. I understand you guys have lives. I understand you guys have prior commitments. If you have the time and you're able to charm in and hang out with me, that's all a plus. If you're not able to be here or have to leave early, I just enjoyed the time you were here. So I know you're always apologetic, Dawn. I love you for that. But handle your business, girl. Take care of your business. Luke Luna is replying back to Dick Tracy. Okay, so I'm going to read comments that are not being replied to one another. No Border Sports. What's up, my brother? Ryan is in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel, my friend. I think Jimmy G will be working with the trainer while Trey Lance practice as quarterback number one. Now, if Jimmy G, let's say Jimmy G is practicing and working with the trainer, if he gets hurt, will the Niners still be under that settlement that they have to come up with for injury if he gets hurt, even with the trainer? That I don't know. Excuse me. Jimmy had a better INT completion percentage than Super Bowl winner Stafford. Numbers don't like bros. Numbers don't like bros. They don't like them. They don't like brothers? What? They don't like the bros. I like the bros. Forget about numbers if they don't like the bros. What's up with that? That Sam Bradford trade was 7 years ago, and it really ever... No, you're right. It was 7 years. I just brought it up for the fact that that's what happened. They had Sam Bradford on the roster. Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. The Minnesota Vikings was a contender, and they needed a quarterback, and they reached out and traded for Sam Bradford. Now, that might have happened 7 years. It hardly ever happens, but again, let's say they keep Jimmy throughout the whole training camp and preseason. And let's say no quarterback struggles or gets hurt on any of the rest of the 31 teams. Then you cut him. Right? If we cut him today and the Seahawks pick him up and they start teaching him the playbook, we play Seahawks week 2. Now, I know a lot of you may say, who cares? Nobody's afraid of Jimmy. Who cares? Technically, you're right. But I don't want to give the Seahawks no preparation more than what we have to. So if we do happen to cut Jimmy before week 1 and the Seahawks pick him up, then so be it. But I'm not going to give the Seahawks or any other team time to prepare with Jimmy. That's just my opinion. Jimmy turned the ball over just as often as a superstar Joe Burrows. Just saying. Robert says, F COVID. Niner family is cutting him was as easy as we as the Empire think it is. The Niners organization would have to cut Jimmy a long time ago. Let me read this again. If cutting him was as easy as the Empire think it is, Niners organization would have had to cut him a long time ago. there's just no value in cutting him, Tony. And you understand that. At this point, there's no value in cutting him. It's more value holding on to him. Because there are quarterbacks that don't play as. There might be quarterbacks that don't plan out, or is having, it just comes into camp overweight, or it's just not picking up the offense, or whatever it may be, or quarterback gets hurt. You never know what may happen in camp, where your negotiations of trading just go up. And the beautiful thing is, there's no binding to the Niners to pay Jimmy. I mean, they don't have to pay Jimmy anything, whether they cut him today or they cut him a week before the actual start of the season. Beto, when are you going to do another call-in? I haven't done that in a while. I don't know. Let me look at my schedule. Maybe if I get enough participants to call in, I'll start doing a call-in show once a week. Once a week, I'll do a call-in show, but I have to have enough participation. And I'm going to do it easy. I know a lot of you guys don't like to be on the camera. Some of you do. Some of you don't. But I'm going to do it where all you got to do is call in a phone number. I'm going to put a phone number out there. You call the phone number, and it's only going to be your voice on the call. Kind of like what happens with Rambo. If you watch Rambo Sports, he takes a lot of phone calls. That's what I'm planning to do. So I just have to have enough participation from you guys to do it. If I get enough of you wanting to call in, then I can do a call-in show once a week. Let me know, guys, if that's something you guys would be interested in. Where am I? There we go. You'll miss those short throws this season. I don't know. I think what I know that Jimmy doesn't have. I know Trey doesn't have the quick release that Jimmy does. But I think that Trey will be able to extend a play that breaks down and allow either a Ayuk, Debo, Juwan Jennings, Ray McLeod, Danny Gray, George Kittle to separate from their defenders just enough to get the ball in. How many times did Russell Wilson extend plays on the 49ers? How many times did we have Russell Wilson within our grasp? He escapes and turns a 5, 10, 15, 20-yard gain. I expect that when the things break down, if things don't work as planned, that he can extend the play enough for Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Juwan Jennings, Ray, or Danny or Kittle to separate for a completion. And I think that's what he's going to bring to the table that Jimmy never could. Beto, after Lance starts, the new entertainment will be watching fans turn coast their own opinion and go back on all of their opinions on how they judge the position. Absolutely. I agree. You can't label Trey Lance a bust, just like you can't label him a successful quarterback. We don't know if he's going to be successful or be great, but we definitely don't know he's going to be a bust either. You got to give the kid an opportunity to show what he's made of. And I think that a 3-year window is appropriate for a quarterback or any position a player's coming into, in my opinion. Sickness, I'm calling it right. I'm calling it a night. Have to get rest for work. Buenas noches, Moses. Once again, my condolences to you and your family. My prayers to you and your family. Beloved, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being part of the show tonight. Love you, brother. You are always in my heart, man. Have your rest and have a blessed day at work tomorrow. Jimmy has the quickest release in the league. That's because he's throwing it within the hashes. He's not allowing a player to develop. He's boom, boom, boom. When you go deep, you have to allow the player, the receiver, to play out his run. With Jimmy, it's a quick route in the inside. Boom, there's the ball. Right to the post, there's the ball. So yes, he has a quick release, but he's throwing it within the hashes. People who say Trey has to be an old pro from the start are rooting for him to fail. Absolutely. 100% agree with you. Beto, we should have an expectations of Lance to be at least average at first. Round with an extra weapons, a better team. If the team carried Jimmy, can't they carry Lance? Exactly. And that's what's going to happen. The defense is going to carry Lance when Lance makes those crucial mistakes. The run game, if people don't realize, listen, at the end of the day, it still takes talent between year to year on the play caller. Okay? Because Nick Mullins was behind a great defense and running game, and Nick Mullins couldn't do crap for us. So you still have to be talented. But with that said, having a number one or a top 5 defense, having a great stable of running backs that can run the ball, having a play caller like Kyle Shanahan who can execute plays that will benefit you, it's great for a starting quarterback. Trevor Lawrence going to the Jags. Obviously, Trevor is the better quarterback coming out of college, but he went into a bad situation. Zach Wilson went to a tough situation. Now, they're surrounding him with players. They're still rookies, but they're surrounding him with players. Let's see how he does year 2. Justin Fields is in a terrible situation with the Bears, in my opinion. You got Mac Jones in a great situation with the Patriots. And you have Trey Lance coming in to a great situation with the San Francisco 49ers. So at the end of the day, you still have to be able to do your job as a quarterback, but he's coming into a great situation. And I think that with Kyle Shanahan calling the plays, with our defense, with our run game, Trey will be fine. What's up, my brother? Tech Village Idiot. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel, brother. Welcome to the channel. Trey has 2 games and is 22 years old. And the guy has already made his mind up. That's unreasonable hate. It is. I don't know where the hate's coming from. I really don't. I don't understand where the hate is coming from. Jimmy G, 2021, 68.3% completion rate, 3,810 yards, 20 TDs, 12 INTs, 254 yards per game. There are no comparing Joe Burrow to Jimmy G. Very good point there, David. Very good point. I'm going to be shutting it down in a few seconds. Let me read a couple more questions. We need to have expectations for the kid. He has a great team. He's a high profile pick. He sat for a year, learned with virtual capital invested as well. I agree, ridiculous expectations so they can tear Trey down later when he doesn't get the MVP. Just haters being haters. When you give this BS about Jimmy stats, 20 TDs is not good by any standard. That's barely over a TD a game. That's what I'm saying. Trey Lance is coming in and he's replacing a quarterback that statistically wasn't great. And I know people say, well, Jimmy wins games. Jimmy wins games. Can I say that I don't think Jimmy wins games? Jimmy just doesn't lose games for the most part. Defense and a run game wins games. How much harder would it be for Trey to come in and trying to do what Jimmy did? It's not like he's coming in and replacing freaking Aaron Rodgers, right? I'm just going to bring some of your questions up just so they can be read on the screen, and then I'm going to call it an evening. I love how you guys are interacting with one another, how you guys are talking to one another. I love that. I love to see that in the chat. All right, let me just keep bringing these up, and then I'm going to call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I've been behind. Ooh-wee. I appreciate everybody, though. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out with your boy. Niner Sickness, man. You guys are amazing. Awesome, awesome. Edward. What's up, Edward? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Welcome, Edward. Sorry that I just seen your text right now. I've been behind. You guys have been flying off the board, texting one another, man. I appreciate that. You know I'll call in. Yes, David. I know you are. So let me know. Listen, guys. Let me know. Send me, if you're watching this video now, well, you know what? Never mind. I may just start off a call. I may just do a call-in show once a week. Gotta figure out what day of the week I'm going to do it. And based on how it goes, if I get enough calls that I feel that it's worth having, then I'll keep doing it. If not, then we'll play it by ear. But I'll keep you guys posted. This is why it's cool for you guys to have the notifications on so that you are notified each and every time I go live. Man, you guys were busy. You guys were busy on the text tonight. I love it. All right, I'm just going to go through some of these really fast. I'm going to call it a night. Let's see here. I love it how you guys have been. Richard Reeves. What's up, Richard? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. How you doing, my friend, my brother from another mother? Richard's actually my brother. from another mother for sure. I know. I got to get some mods going, Dave. Robert, reach out to me, Robert Davis. Reach out to me, brother. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. All right, guys. I have come to the last couple of questions. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it a show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the Niner Sickness podcast. It is always fun to talk 49er football. The training camp starts next week. I cannot wait to talk about training camp with you guys, break down different positions, break down the quarterback positions, the running backs, receivers, tight ends, defensive linemen, offensive linemen, linebackers, and secondary with you guys. It will be fun here on the Niner Sickness. You guys have a wonderful night. Be blessed and enjoy the rest of your week. Good night. Until next time. Peace. Hold on, guys. Oops, I forgot. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Locate file. All right, hold on, guys. Oh, that's right. It turned off. Okay. Well, I had an exit video countdown, but it's hold on. Oh, that's funny stuff. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? This is on Untitled. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties, my friends.